All right, welcome back, welcome back. So we have a picture that has been going viral over the past I don't know 24, 48 hours, maybe 24 4 hours. I think all of this happened within the last 24 hours. Tinubu and Peter Obi seen laughing together at the Vatican. I think also the picture also has Governor Fayemi.
Former
Um,
Governor Fayemi of Ekiti State.
yes, yes. So they were at the in Rome at the what do you call it? Inauguration? That would call it inauguration, right? Of the
The
new
first,
pope.
no, I think is the first uh, homily, the first mass celebrated by the Pope this Sunday,
Right. So
at the
according
Vatican.
to a report by Bolaji Ogundele Abuja from the Nation, Tinubu trades banters with Obi Fayemi at Vatican. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday met with Labour Party 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi and former Ekiti State Governor Dr. Kayode Fayemi at the Vatican City during the installation mass of Pope Leo the X
14th.
I
The
okay.
14th.
I was trying to do it. I was trying to do it. I was trying
Yeah,
to do it.
the
I
Roman,
don't. I
the
don't remember
Roman
my
figure.
Roman stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
okay.
I was trying to do the. I was trying to look at it. This is 10. Ogoleni OG. The 15 Leni Odini Mary.
XIV,
All right. All
X,
right.
yeah,
All right.
this,
XIV.
the 14th.
The 14th.
Yeah.
All right. The three Nigerian political figures who were in Rome for the high profile religious event exchanged pleasantries in a brief but symbolic encounter that was made public by presidential spokesman Bayo Ononuga via a post on his verified X handle. According to Ononuga, Fayemi and a papal knight and devout Catholic spotted President Tinubu seated with other global leaders during the mass and invited Obi to join him in greeting the president. Obi, also a staunch Catholic and Papa Knight, agreed. Fayemi cited President Tinubu where he sat with other leaders and asked Obi to follow him to pay homage to the Nigerian leader. Obi agreed, and I quote, Onanuga wrote. So, in an extension of the news, there's a viral video going around saying that Sheikh Tinubu tried to handshake and say hello to the new pope, and it was respectfully told to move the other, move to the other angle. But
Mm.
Nigerians have been making fun of that all day long on Twitter. That clip is going viral. I'll see if I can play it before you finish your commentary. But I don't know why are people so surprised when they see the Obamas exchanging pleasantries with Trump? People really take this thing to heart more than the politicians themselves, don't they?
I think they do. And like I said on this show before, common folks ought to be very careful that um, their ways and manners of wailing should not be more than that of the bereaved. You know, it's almost like these people, they know how to close ranks. But in this case, it's not as if any uh, it's not as if there is any hidden thing about uh, Peter Obi. Like I told you concerning what Peter Obi said today on the speculation that what he told the media during his visit to the Bishop of Kubwa in the Federal Capital Territory today. He also explained that he's never had any personal squabble with anybody. But institutional failures, yes, is against all that. So let us understand that fundamental disagreements on issues of principle, is different from interpersonal fights. Do we get that clear first?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So this is what they must understand. And even there, remember from what Ogabayo Onanuga told us in that filtered, because you never can tell, but these people, they communicate things to us through filters. It's difficult to get first hand stuff from the APC presidency. That I know, as somebody who's operated for some time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the point I'm making is that Mr. Onanuga said when Dr. Kayode Fayemi led Mr. Peter Obi to greet President Bola Tinubu,
Right.
Dr. Kayode Fayemi reportedly said, "Oh, welcome to our church." And President Tinubu said, "On the contrary, I will be the one even welcoming you because I lead the Nigeria as the head of the Nigerian delegation."
Mm-hmm.
And all of them started joking and laughing that, "Oh, we are part of the Nigerian." You understand? It's the
Like we're
Nigerian
all,
family.
that's the banter. Hmm? Yeah, yep.
Yes, we are all Nigerians here.
Mm-hmm.
And the number one Nigerian at that forum was President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Mm-hmm.
Pure and simple. No politics about that. So for people to now begin to interpret intentions, read meanings to all these things as, perhaps they have always been meeting before. Uncle, politicians, they are people.
It spells
Don't
out.
forget,
It spells out how gullible
the average
regular person is. Yeah, the average person
yes,
is.
yes. For
When it
example,
comes to
in fact,
politics.
yes, I used to advise somebody whom I knew to be this kind of person that would just want to fight about anything. I said, "You are going into politics now. Please understand that politics is for comedians. If you cannot absorb jokes, if you cannot dish out jokes, don't go into politics because easily you pick anger, you pick quarrels.
Yes, sir.
Politics is not for you." And that person adjusted, and he did well. He did well. So the point I'm making here is that these people, they may understand that politics itself is a form of art.
Yep.
Is a form of art. If you say everything, for example, when I was saying something about a certain Nigerian activist, journalist, you told me, "Oh, probably that's why he would be considered a dangerous person," because part of that thing you bring on the table as a politician is the ability to manage your real intentions until you get into office. Let me give you a story. I was just a young lad when Obafemi Awolowo last ran for public office in Nigeria. But I was told by a more experienced Voice of Nigeria reporter, correspondent in Abuja, when I went to interact with the former Director General of Voice of Nigeria, Baba Taiwo Alimi in those days. So that man, Mr. Omashola, was telling me about their experience with Obafemi Awolowo in Aba. Mm-hmm. The Obafemi Awolowo got to Aba and said, well, he would banish all kinds of things coming from abroad so as to stimulate domestic production. Mm-hmm. Stockfish would not come. He's talking of stockfish, and that okrika cloths will not come. He said, I should come and see the way people were going to stone Awolowo and his team. But Awolowo said something, really cool for the economy, for Nigeria's transformation. But was that a pragmatic thing to say in the circumstance, right to the face of the people who dealt in such things? So, no matter what the intent might be, the intentions behind what he declared there. You know, why the people reacted that way? So you want to destroy the local economy of Okrika area and that of Aba just because you must stimulate. You get there first. Allow for the people of Aba and Okrika to understand how to prospect all these things locally through the Nigerian Marine and whatever aquatic trails. And then if we are able to do that internally and even develop textile industry domestically, and then you can be talking of nothing coming from overseas anymore. So what we're saying here is that if you don't learn the art of keeping some things within you, and then you open it all just because you want to be seen as good, you may not really get there. So these people, it's not as if they fight all the time. It's not as if they don't have their fundamental disagreement.
It's almost like they never fight. They just disagree on, obviously the politics.
But what is the instruction? What is the instruction of the most accomplished civil rights figure of the last century, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? He said, "Let us learn not to disagree without being disagreeable."
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we can have our disagreements, but there must be times we also agree. So these people who are parodying them, who are trafficking all these things around and making sure that it's gone viral, they would have wanted the situation in which TINUBU and Peter Obi will start throwing punches right before the war at the Vatican.
I know, right?
Yeah. No, that's never an option. Mm-hmm. So good.
At this point, when you say that, they will say, of course we don't know, but it's such a subconscious thing that you have to be super intentional. Don't take politics personally.
Too personal. Yes. Yeah. Now, on a good note, yes, I wish Nigeria well. I wish all of us well. But this, let me say, the optics concerning the three-piece suit that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had on, he's really good. The optics. He looked nice.
He looks dapper.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
It's not every time that you go everywhere like somebody who is deploying.
I hope he knows what he's doing. I have some healthy level of faith in his administration in terms of at least some kind of foundation that Nigeria can build on top of. You see all those years of debt in all types of meanings, not just money, the debt that Nigeria has, because when you find yourself in
a hole, you stop
in deficit for so long.
Yes.
It's a very difficult thing to come out of it, and the average person's mind is like just wave a wand and it's supposed to happen, and sadly it's not going to happen. So I have at the very minimum, I have strong faith in the at least some kind of foundation that Nigerians can build on top of in this
me too, and you are not alone in that kind of optimism, because I have an old acquaintance that I recently reconnected with, Ms. Bolale Ogunyemi in Ibadan. We were together in the university in those days, and she is an experienced banker and now an administrator with a polytechnic, so to say. And when she broke the whole thing down, in fact, I was even giving her an offer to come and run a column for us on economy and finance. Honestly, she told me that Tinubu seems to be on the right track. I said, well, I'm not a good admirer of Bola Tinubu, but that this one, you are telling me, you are almost convincing a an apostate like me concerning Bola Tinubu, and I love that um, contrary opinion out there constantly for Nigerians, so that we they can know that we are not incurable uh, opponents of what, because if there is something that is good about what he's doing, why don't you give him a chance? But the one I know is that everything must impact on the fact that hunger cannot be allowed to plague Nigerians. It must, yes, if you are paying the debts, also make sure that uh, Nigerians can afford the basic things
Day
of
to day.
life. For example, I do not know why education should be the most expensive under APC, a so-called progressive administration. That stands logic on the head. And I remember education was almost completely free when Mimiko was running on those states on the platform of Labour Party, later PDP. But when APC got there, things just got awry. I could not explain that. So could these people really be true progressives and welfareism and progressivism had a new set of meaning and implication for me. So when I begin to see all this, I'll believe you. On the last note,
Yes, sir.
let me draw the attention of the Nigerian government to possible security breach at the drop-off point for the train that commutes between Ibadan and Abeokuta, Lagos. That point where people drop off, the interchange where they drop off passengers going to Abeokuta, is too isolated. Do not wait until we have people being packed again into the bushes and then you say develop a hub of what's it called? Commercial cabs operations. Let people know the time the the trains will arrive regularly, so that when passengers get off all this, get off the train, they are not just there stranded. Our
Is it the Lagos Ibadan railway
Lagos,
connection?
Abeokuta, Ibadan.
But
Train.
is it a stop, or actually it's a
It,
stop, right?
it's supposed to be a stop, but when
Okay.
people disembark, people today, because of the improvement in the public, what's it called, the trainer thing, because of the improvement that is noticed already, some people go from Ibadan to Lagos on daily basis, go to work on daily basis, and
I
some
see.
people go from Ibadan to Abeokuta on daily basis. So
I
the
see.
point I'm making here is that that place where Abeokuta um, travelers, commuters, where they disembark from the train,
Train.
has to be strongly secured.
The Abeokuta
That,
train station.
yes, has to be
Yes.
strongly secured. We do not wait for things. You see, part of good um, security arrangement, proactive security thing, is to anticipate. It is called, because when you do not anticipate and work on it, it is called intelligence failure. Can it happen? Yes. Has it happened? Not yet. But can it happen? Yes. Has it happened elsewhere in Nigeria? Sure. Trains get hijacked when people expect that it should be one of the safest form of transportation.
All
We do
right.
not want all these things, because when we report all these things, it's not because we want to celebrate the failures of the nation. What we want is that Nigeria should operate at par with the best countries of the world. So long.
All right. Thank you so much. Now, shout out to Mr. Osemu Diamen Okoso. I guess when we were talking about, I said I have faith. You said you hope in at least some type of foundation for Nigerians to build on. when it comes to the economy deficit. He said, "What foundation?" So,
Yeah,
this is a good question. It's a good question.
Yes, Olga, I join, but we cannot be completely pessimistic. In fact, for the people who has made a career of looting the place dry, yeah, we will say what foundation. But honestly, that foundation is the fact that now, past some of the past debts have been defrayed. It's been, I mean, you finding some balance sheet there. Principals being knocked off, interest being serviced, I think is some progress. That is the foundation we're talking of here. It's not ambiguous at all.
Yes,
All I,
absolutely.
I'm not an economist, yes, but
Yeah,
I did that. I did that to advanced level. Just that you can't really. I don't have a degree in it.
yeah. So we need to crack up some books to be able to speak too much on that. But I think they said, I don't know if they said in a few days or in a few weeks, they're going to open some books. I think they're going to have some kind of event in the UK. If you really want to, if you all want to know,
That anticipated UK trip, I think, is a
aha,
jamboree that must be called off.
okay.
Yes, it must be
if you
called off.
if you
It
all want to
must be
know,
called off
maybe
right
we should at
now.
least pay attention if you want to know.
No, no. If you think, I mean, that money, whatever they are budgeted for there, can do something on the road. Honestly, these people should travel the world, and they travel the world. Have you seen the wonders of the corridor between Tennessee, state of Tennessee, and states of Tennessee and Georgia? That same kind of landscape is what you find between what's it called? This place in Akoko land, where you have this sharp bend where vehicles just derail and go into the ditch, and thousands of lives, get wasted in Nigeria. Let them go and repeat that, Amanda, that we see between Tennessee and Atlanta in Nigeria. That money they are taking for the UK Jamboree, who do they want to go? You see, it's just an echo chamber because everybody knows what is going on in Nigeria. Virtual presentation there. Maybe because they now know that some of these ministerial briefings that they hold at National Press Center, at Radio House, Garki Abuja, is not really registering with people. So they want to come. But you know, our people, when they come like that, it's not just for the business of reporting or marketing the nation. They also market some other things. They should stay at home and let us just have the news, please.
I want us to live with something debatable, right?
Yes.
So that people can engage the conversation, because I know for a fact that at least 1/3 of Nigerians would disagree that TINUBU is building any type of foundation, Coco. So, and I completely get that and I understand. Let's leave with this debatable article here on The Nation. It says, "TINUBU's economy reforms impressive," says British envoy. The British High Commissioner in Nigeria, Richard Montgomery, yesterday said, this was 1 week ago, said his country is highly impressed by the economic reforms and policies President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has introduced so far to get Nigeria's economy out of the woods. The envoy rated the Tinubu administration's economy policies high. Montgomery, I don't know how to pronounce that. I think
Montgomery.
Okay. Montgomery. Okay. All right, leave it like that. Let me use my word to pronounce it. Spoke during a courtesy visit to the Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje-led National Working Committee on the ruling of the APC at the party's national secretary yesterday in Abuja. He said, "We're watching very closely the major economic." I'm trying to see if I can find the actual specific that Mr. Okosun is asking for, but I don't really see it. They said the High Commissioner, who acknowledged the cordial bilateral relationship between the two countries, recalled that President Tinubu and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer signed strategic partnership deals last year to further improve the relationship between the two nations. And I quote, okay, this is all jamboree too. so far. So I don't have any specific, but let's make it debatable. Let's just say,
Yeah,
let's
the
just say
debate that
the
must be shown
British,
from this is that this British,
the British person says they're impressed.
Mr. Montgomery, what do
Mm-hmm.
you think? You know, British people with their foxy approach to issues about Africa, even when they pilloried the entire place, what did they package for themselves? Centuries before they invaded Africa and made a means of it in the name of saying they wanted to civilize people that had no civilization thousands of years before their own forefathers. They were forewarned. Christian, I mean, Christian preachers, all of them said, don't take mystery to Africa. You know, you are not really going there for anything other than to subjugate that place. These people already have the concept of God. They know God. You have no business meddling with African affairs. And when they did all that they could do,
Okay.
what did they say? Yeah, Revelations show that all kinds of fraud were put together to make sure that good people never got into power when independence was arranged, especially in a place like Nigeria. So if Montgomery comes around now to say that,
He's
oh,
impressed.
it's fantastic. No, one of their prime ministers said at the time in a leakage that, oh, Nigerians, some of the fantastic liars or what have you then. You remember? But what we know openly is that British people can lie between the teeth. Because when they know that something is not going well, they package it as if, oh, it is wonderful.
So we shouldn't trust British, anything British.
No, they should
Okay.
pocket their views. They have done enough damage.
Let's leave the audience with the question. Uncle Okoson's question. Do you think TINUBU is setting up a good foundation, or you think he's setting up trash? That's the question we want to leave you with. That's all we have for you on today's episode of SharpEdge News TV. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. We'll see you on the next one. Please, as you're going out, hit the like button, share, subscribe, follow, turn up your notifications so you're notified. We'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care. God bless.